Hello everyone, Rich Nance with your Defensive Tactics Technique of the Week. Today we're going to examine mount escapes. Frank, one of the worst positions to be in as a police officer is on your back, especially if someone is on top of you in what's commonly referred to as the mount. In other words, their hips are over your hips, so you really have it's very difficult to escape. You can't get to any of the items on your belt because their legs are basically covering your belt. And from that position, the suspect has a tremendous leverage advantage. So no one likes to consider being in that position, but you have to have some kind of plan if you find yourself there. So let's examine this. If I'm knocked to the ground and you are able to get on top of me there you go, in a situation like this, now you can imagine, I mean, if you're gonna punch me.
We're gonna each up, yep.
Yeah, elbows, whatever you wanna do. And also, you gotta figure this, my head, boom, I mean, I'm risking this,
Just
right?
constantly on the ground.
So you definitely don't want your head to be on the ground like this. There's a few things you need to do as soon as you find yourself in this position. The first is to raise your head up off the ground, so if you're struck, at least you have this little shock absorber. And I'm also gonna try to bring my heels up like this as best I can. From this position, I wanna try to protect my head from strikes that you may be throwing, but what I'm ultimately trying to do is to buck my hips up to where your hands land on the mat like they just did. From there's a couple options. One is I could take this near side elbow here, and then what I'm gonna do is push off from my left foot and drive you over this way, right? From there I can continue to deliver strikes to help loosen you up. Or another option would be that after you've mounted me, I'm gonna come to here, I'm gonna buck my hips, make you put your hands on the ground. When you put your hands on the ground, I could come here and drive this arm that way, kind of a scissoring motion with my arms, and again, accomplishing the same thing, driving him over. From there, you can do your different strikes. One more option that should be considered is that, even though you can't get to the items on your belt, you know, what cop doesn't carry a pen, right? If you've knocked me down and are trying to beat the heck out of me, why wouldn't I grab my pen and start striking whatever I could strike from there? Or why would I not, protect my face and strike you in the groin 3 or 4 times, then buck my hips to get you in this position, and then try to sweep you off? So we're not bound by the same rules in mixed martial arts. If we're taken to the ground and mounted and pummeled, there's no ref that's going to stop it. Ultimately, that may lead to us being disarmed and possibly killed. But we have to have a very high level response to be able to overcome that very, very dangerous threat.